watching Detail, and I'm Nina. And today we're gonna be doing a story time. So this is important. Okay, oh wait. Okay, we're recording this way so that you guys can see my makeup. Yeah, I did it. Don't look too closely though. Okay, so the story time. This is gonna be very relevant that what I'm saying right now. So the other day, The Curse of La Llorona came out, Curse of the Weeping Woman. And so I watched that with my brother, and let me tell you, it was like when it was Wednesday night at like 9:40. So there was nobody there except for me and my brother, which was good because during the whole movie, like it scared me so much. Like I was literally screaming in the theater. Like some of the stuff that happened like literally got me. And like I was trying, like, oh my goodness, some scenes I was like, oh my god. uh but yeah, so it scared me and left an impression. But okay, so one scene, this is a little spoiler if you haven't seen it yet, and I definitely recommend seeing it. If the horror movies aren't for you, well then I guess this spoiler won't mean anything to you. But if you like were trying to go see it, I still say see it, or like see it before my video then. But okay, back to the spoiler alert. There's a scene in there, after the murder of the first two boys happened. I don't even remember her name, but the woman, the main person there, she went to the crime scene, and since it's late and everything, and she was called, being their social worker, she had to bring her kids, and she left said stay in the car. So you already know kids don't really listen that well. So her son didn't stay in the car and like went into like a different way to check out the scene, whatever. And then so while he was like on the gate, like looking at what was going on and that kind of stuff, you hear the weeping, the sniffling. But yeah, I'm not sure. But so yeah, you hear that, right? And then so the boy like looks, to the back, and is like checking it out, like going towards the sound. And I'm like, no, don't go towards the sound. And like I'm like, no, why does this happen? Only someone stupid would go towards the sound. I mean, I'm like, that's exactly why it's a kid, because like who just goes towards that? Like it's in like a like deserted place, like there was just like a murder that just happened, and then you're hearing someone crying, and like and then everything about it like was wrong, because like how happened, like when the boy gets close, she stops crying, like stands up, and like she's in the wedding dress. I'm like, there's nothing normal about that, like but okay, so there's that scene, that kind of stuff. And so the boy does get freaked out, but it's already too late, that kind of things. No, so now now the other day, which yesterday I guess, I'm in the I'm I'm in my lab, like my okay, so I'm in my lab. I'm at school. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm at school, and I'm in the lab at my one of the labs at my school. And so there were like people coming in and out working on stuff, And so I was on the computer, and then I'm like hearing something. I'm hearing like, I'm not really sure. I wouldn't say it was like the weeping from La Llorona, but like it's like sniffing or something, like, or like, it just sound. And I'm like, what is that? I'm like, is someone like crying in here, or like do like because it was distracting, okay? So I'm like looking, that kind of stuff, and then if there was someone there, I'm like, oh, it must be him, but then this person leaves, and then I still hear it, and I'm like, what is it? So I'm like I'm trying to ignore it, like, yeah, I'm trying to ignore it, and so I still hear it though, and it's like a distracting noise. So I'm like, what is this? And then I'm like, hello, and no one answers. So like, I'm like, what is that? Is that like the computer or something? And it's still going on. It's like, So then I like, it's coming from where I was sitting. It's coming from like the window, like the last computer and that kind of stuff. I'm like looking, but there's nobody there. So I'm like, what's going on? And so then, so then I get up and then I start walking towards the window, and I'm like still hearing it. Like, I'm like, what is this? Because where I was sitting, there is two more, like lab computer sections, and so I'm like, what is this? And then so I go, and then the last section, I'm like, there's nothing here. So then I go to the window, and then like, oh, there's a crevice between like the last lab divider and the window. So then I go, and then I look, and then bam, and then I was like, oh my god, oh my god, like, I was ready to fight. And so what happened was that there was a boy, or man, whatever, he's in college, so. But so a boy, man, whatever, was sitting on the floor, uh, on on his phone. I don't know what he was doing, but like like, just like, we scared each other, okay? Because I'm like, what is that? And then, I just took a bold step to like go and look. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. And then he's like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I'm sorry. I mean, he said I'm sorry, and I'm like, and just walk back to my seat, because I'm like, honestly, I couldn't really process it, because like, why are you sitting on the floor on your phone? Like, it didn't make any sound or anything. So I was like, this boy scared me so much. Like, I just wanted to go home. But yeah, that was my story. Brain freeze. Okay, so what I was thinking while that was happening, because I was just like, just the whole incident obviously like scared me, but more, it was like, I was so embarrassed because then it made me think back to the time of the movie, and I'm like, oh no, nobody do that, like, that's so weird, like, you just hearing somebody cry or whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I did the same thing. Like, I'm like, I must be so stupid, or just like, I don't even know. I'm very curious. But I was just, oh my goodness, so embarrassed. Like, I mean, that boy. Oh, and he stayed there too. I was like he stayed in that corner. I'm like, dang, he stayed there for like a whole 2 other hours. I was like, he must not really have anything to do, or like, because it's not like he was doing his schoolwork or anything. He was literally like on his phone. I don't know, maybe it was laughing, because he was not crying when I saw him, his face, he was very immersed into his phone, so he was probably laughing. But I'm just like, dang, I can't believe that I did exactly what I said I wouldn't do. And like, don't know. So tell me, like, has this ever happened to you? Like, for example, you watched a movie and you're like, dang, they're so dumb. Like, no. And then literally you did the same thing. I mean, it didn't have to be like the next day, like me. It could be like maybe a week or a month or whatever. It's just like you were like, no, I'm not, that's not gonna happen, whatever. I'll have like so many different plans, and then literally it happens to you and you literally do the same thing. Oh, so yeah, that's my story time on the most scariest thing that ever happened to me at school. And it was but no, it was like my own fault and why I felt so dumb and embarrassed. Yeah. So do you like my makeup and that kind of stuff? Because I mean, I can't tell you why I'm like this right now, but you will definitely see it, the reason why, later when I finish the semester. I have some big surprises for Nene down. So, give this video a like if you like the story time, and if you want to hear more, let me know. And if you tell me about what I just said. If you had any experiences like that, tell me in the comments below. If you want to hear any other kind of story time, like specific topics, and don't forget to subscribe to me. Thank you. Oh, and like Nene Town on Facebook at Nene Town Family. You'll find me. And on Instagram, Nene Town's Nina. Follow me on Instagram. Check me out. And thank you guys for listening and sticking with me and probably laughing at me. I love you.